Good morning, everybody. This is Adya Mishra from B.Ed second semester, and the topic for presentation is home trade. But before coming to the home trade, I would like to discuss what is trade. So, trade simply means exchange of goods and services between individuals, businesses, or countries, and it is usually done for the sake of money. It involves both buying and selling activities. Now, why there was a need to conduct trade? And the reason behind it was that everybody cannot produce everything they need on their own. We, being human beings, we depend on others, and this trade helps in satisfying human wants and improving the standard of living. Talking about the example, so like when we buy a notebook from a store, it is also a trade. It simply means goods or services bought and sold. Talking about the types of trade, so we have internal trade and international trade. And internal trade is also known as home trade or domestic trade, and external trade is known as foreign trade and international trade, as I said. Now, internal trade is divided into two parts: wholesale trade and retail trade, whereas international trade is divided into import, export, and one more is there, entry port. Now, wholesale trade means that when we buy goods in a very large quantities, when we buy goods in bulk from manufacturers or producers and sell them to the retailers, then that is known as, that trade taking place is known as the wholesale trade. Now, wholesalers, they do not never directly they sell goods to the customers. The process is that they sell the goods to the retailers, and through retailers the goods are reached to customers. Now, we can understand this wholesale trade with an example as well, that for example, a wholesaler buys 1000 packets of biscuits from a factory and sells them to different shopkeepers in a city. We don't buy the biscuit straight away from the shopkeepers. We buy the biscuits from the shops, and the biscuits are reached to the shops through wholesaler. Through retailer. Talking about the retail trade, so the goods are the retailers, they purchased goods from the wholesalers and sell them directly to the final consumers. Now, there are three more trade that comes under domestic trade, that is inter-trade, intra-trade, and UT trade, Union Territory trade. Now, inter-trade means when the trade is taking place between two different states. Like a trade is like a person from Prayagraj is doing the trade with a person living in Prayagraj comes in UP with another person staying in Maharashtra. So it takes place between two different states. Then that is known as inter-trade. Intra-trade means when the trade is carried within the same state. Like a person from Prayagraj is dealing with goods and services to the person living in Varanasi within the same state. And the union territory trade is the trade taking place between union territory. Now, talking about the importance of trade is, it helps in the availability of goods. Talking about the importance of home trade, it helps in the availability of goods. It makes the goods easily available in all the parts of the country. It also helps in satisfying our wants and improving our standard of living. The second is as an employment, it provides jobs to wholesalers, retailers, transport workers, and shopkeepers as well. It also helps in the economic growth by increasing business activities and income. The home trade also acts as a link between producer and consumer. It connects producers, that is manufacturers, to consumers through wholesalers and retailers. Stability in prices. Home trade helps to maintain a balance between supply and demand, which keeps prices stable. Now, to sum up what we studied is, but before concluding, I would like to tell the difference between wholesale and the retail trade. So, in wholesale trade, the goods are being bought in bulk, and whereas in retail, they are being bought in small quantities. Wholesaler sells goods to retailers, and retailer sells the goods to customers. The less profit per item is there in wholesale, whereas in retail, the more profit per item is there. For wholesale, one needs more investment, and for retail, one needs less investment. So, to conclude up, home trade simply means buying and selling of goods and services within the boundary of a country. It is an important part of our daily life because we depend on it for almost everything we use. And there are two types of home trade: wholesale trade and retail trade. And we talked about the wholesale trade, where buying the goods in large quantities from the manufacturers and selling the same to the retailer, and through retailer the goods are being sold to the customers. So that